Going on, Tiger fans? So quick two-game series with the Washington Nationals. So this video is not going to be very long, to be honest with you, even though there is one thing I would like to get your opinion on. So let's just jump right into the series right away. The Tigers were coming off a four-game sweep of the Houston Astros, and they're looking to stroll into Washington and, potentially win all 6 games on the road trip. So you come in for game 1, and Anibal Sanchez is going up against Jordan Zimmermann. And Jordan Zimmermann, man, he's a very, very underrated pitcher in the National League. The guy, he can pitch. He's got great secondary stuff, a good fastball, and the guy has quietly been one of the better number 2, 3 starters in the National League for a little while now. And he showed a couple days ago when he faced the Tigers how good he is at shutting down any lineup at any night at will. And the Tigers came in, the last 2 games against the Astros, scored nearly 30 runs. And Jordan Zimmermann just shut us down. You could say having a couple off days in a row had something to do with it because the postponed game, not doing anything. But you can't use that as an excuse. Anibal Sanchez pitched outstanding. He's been flat out awesome so far. And anyone that has said, when Anibal Sanchez did sign that it was a bad idea to sign him to shore up the rotation because he could use the money elsewhere, you're completely 100% dead wrong on this. Anibal Sanchez has been outstanding ever since the end of last year and then going to the postseason and until now. He's just been flat out awesome. Didn't get much run support this game, but he did pitch a really good game. Bryce Harper took him deep, and that was really about his only blemish. And, tip your cap to the Nationals. He took game 1. And then game 2, the Nationals got to Fister early in this game, knocking 3 runs off him in the first inning, a couple cheap blue pits. But, those are the breaks, and Fister kind of righted the ship a bit after that. Pitched pretty okay, it wasn't his best start. It's probably his worst start of the season. But he pitched pretty okay. He got a base hit, which was pretty cool. He's supporting himself, getting a run. But Matt Tuiasosopo comes up, hits a pinch hit 3-run shot to make it 5-4. But the Washington Nationals bullpen, you got guys like Tyler Clippard, Storen, Matthews in there. I think it's Matthews or something like that. And then giving the ball to Rafael Soriano, they just got a great pen, and they don't lose many close games because they got a bunch of shutdown arms back there. They got 3 closers, Storen, Clippard, and Soriano. They got 3 guys that all have 9th inning experience, and 7th, 8th, 9th, it's just locked down from there on. And the Tigers really fought back. They wasted some scoring chances in that game. Prince Fielder came up with Miggy on first with 2 outs, and it looked like he might have hit a go-ahead home run, but it just died out at the wall. Denard Span made the catch. And Denard Span, man, I just don't miss this guy playing against us when he was with the Twins, because there's like something when he plays us. There's something about our pitching staff where Denard Span just owns us. He kills us every single time. And yeah, it's good. I think he had a triple. He had I think 3 or 4 singles. I mean, he just owns us every time he plays us. So the Tigers get swept in the little mini series, and they come home to the friendly confines of Copa for a nice little 6-game homestand. We welcome the Indians, who were one of the hottest teams in baseball last week. They came from sub 500 to a few games over 500. They've been playing really well on the power of Ryan Rayburn. And this is one thing I want to address you guys with. I'm so sick and tired of people, that were like Ryan Rayburn lovers, because they're out there, believe me. I'm friends with one on Facebook. Ryan Rayburn lovers. Brandon Inge lovers. Guys that were role players, even though Inge was a starter for most of his career, but should have been a role player towards the last couple of years. Guys that were role players, okay, going to other teams and having mild success. We are but the second week of May. Ryan Rayburn wins Player of the Week, and you got people gloating about it. Like, oh, look at this, Tigers shouldn't have got rid of him, he's Player of the Week. I hate the people that go like this to go, oh, look what he did, I bet you still wish you had him back. No, I don't. It was the same thing with Inge. He hit those couple walk-off home runs with the A's in the early part of last year. It's like you rub it in my face, and a lot of other Tiger fans' faces like, oh, I bet you wish you had him back. No, I don't care that Rayburn had a good week. I don't care that Inge hit a couple walk-off home runs. It's not worth having him back to deal with Rayburn, one, can't play the outfield. He helps balls over the wall, with home runs. He's an awful second baseman. He can't hit till the second half, but he didn't even hit in the second half last year. It was just pure shit from the word go. With Inge, I was, sick of him and his overrated glove at third. He couldn't play second to save his life, and his bat was god-awful. It's like I'm not going to sit here and go, oh my God, they're doing good now? Fire Dave Dombrowski. Shit can Jim Leyland. It's Lloyd McClendon's fault. I wish we had Rayburn back. I wish we had Inge back. No, it doesn't work like that. So for people to keep coming on Facebook and on Twitter and trying to rub it in my face, it's like, don't you wish you had in the back? No, I don't. I don't care that Ryan Rayburn won it. And then someone really tried to say, how many players of the week has Miguel Cabrera won this year over Ryan Rayburn? I don't know. Let's go to Miguel Cabrera's house, look at his MVP, his Triple Crown, his Silver Sluggers, and his 2 batting titles already, and ask him how much he gives a shit about a player of a week. It's just some of the ignorance you deal with this Tigers fan base. It's just no common sense. As soon as an ex-Tiger does remotely good, like when Matt Joyce was doing really good in early 2011, it's just the whole fan base cries blasphemy. Let's get him back. It's just, they don't get it. They don't get it. So, like I was saying, Max Scherzer goes up against Corey Kluber, who's really been the Indians' best pitcher so far this year. I like the kid a lot. He's got good stuff. And Max Scherzer, he's just been awesome this year. Him, Sanchez, Fister, and JV. Honestly, Detroit's got one of the best, if not the best, rotation in baseball. And yes, I did say the best. You can go and look up the stats right now and how good the Tigers pitching staff has been. They are ranked amongst the top in almost every pitching statistic, whether it's quality starts, whether it's whip, whether it's average. The Tigers staff ranks up in there. And I'll look up the stats right now for all you guys if you don't believe me. They're 5th in ERA, 2nd in quality starts, 2nd in whip, and 4th in batting average. They're one of the top 5 pitching staffs, or according to the stats, they're easily either the best or one of the top 3 best in baseball. They've just been outstanding this year. Game 2 was JV against Ubaldo Jimenez, and Jimenez, he fucking sucks. That was one of the worst trades the Indians have made in the last 2 years when they gave up Alex White and Drew Pomeranz. Luckily for them, Alex White's been garbage, and he already got shipped from Colorado to Houston, and Drew Pomeranz just sucks. But I think Ubaldo's won his last 2 starts in a row. Big whoop. And then Ricky P goes up against McAllister to end the series. And so I think the Tigers got a good shot at taking 2 or 3 from the Indians. Quiet them down a little bit. They are getting back Michael Bourne. And we do got to face Ryan Rayburn. Ooh. And but they play at home, and the Indians, I'm sure in the last few years, I don't have the numbers on hand, but I'm sure in the last few years the Tigers have owned the Indians at Comerica Park, especially in 2011 when the Tigers beat them 10 times in a row. So, but anyways, like I said, it's kind of a shorter video today because, it wasn't that much to talk about. And, Tigers, you take 4 games of a 6-game road trip. You can't bitch at that. And then you're coming home to play the Indians and then Houston again. Very good chance the Tigers can take 4 more games at home. So I got for you guys today. Go Tigers.